What is going on, everybody? It's your favorite time of the week. It's Shuukan, TokuNet, live with your host. That's me. Hey, everybody, I'm Squall Charlson. How's everyone doing? Wow, we got 30 people in here already. We haven't even started. You guys just hanging out to the music or... Oh, anyway, I'm glad to have you guys here. How's everybody doing? How's everyone? Whew. We got some fun, interesting, amazing, and Street Fighter things to talk about. Some really weird Street Fighter things that we're gonna talk about right now. What's up, everybody? Hey, from Saucy. Hey, what's up, Master Rider Blue? Are you ready? Hey, Eagle Brackstar. Let's kick it off. Let's start off with the first thing. If this is your first time with us, you'll see this beautiful link above us. Well, it's it's kind of an average link. It's like a 6 out of 10, if I really had to rate it. If you go to that link, it'll bring you to a prompt where you can ask us questions or comments, and we'll have a time towards the end of the show where I can answer that. And if anybody else on the team is free, they'll hop in here. They're more than welcome to jump in if they're free. I know that Tom won't be with us. He's training right now. Oh man, the way that I kind of first said that sounded like he died. No, not at all. Anyway, let's hop into our first thing. If you want to leave us a question or comment, we'll get to some of those towards the end of the show. Just use that link above or the one down below, and let's kick it off. So our first story of the week. The official YouTube channel for the Power Rangers Mobile released a promo video for their Street Fighter crossover. Remember, we covered this a little while back. So Ryu, like pretty much the main character from Street Fighter, he seeks the truth behind the mystery of M. Bison's return. While in pursuit, he clashes with an unfamiliar ally, Tommy Oliver, and later decides to form an alliance to stop M. Bison's reign of terror. Hey, what's up, Kiara? What's up, Galaxy Red? So, yeah, if this is going to be a live-action web series that they're producing. Yeah. So Power Rangers Legacy Wars, which is what this is based around, was released in 2017 and follows the storyline of the 2017 Power Rangers movie where Rita Repulsa infects the morphing grid with a virus. Hey, what's up, Malinus?
Hey.
Hey. Let me just finish the story real quick, and I'll introduce you to everybody if they don't know you. So basically, the character is currently available on the Legacy Wars game for the iOS and Android. They can be unlocked or purchased. And the video showed off a new power-up for Ryu as the Ryu Ranger. Yeah. All right.
Not from Sentai.
Yeah, no, not that Ryu Ranger. This only has one U. Yeah, Melanus, how are you today?
Fine.
Yeah. If you guys, if this is your first time here, Melanus here is one of our contributors, one of our writers. He also does his own Kamen Rider blog. And he hangs out with us every now and then. So, hey, glad to have you.
Good to be here.
So, anyway, if you guys want to watch the video on this sort of trailer, you can go check it out on our website over at the tokusatsunetwork.com. As well, on the Tokusatsu Network, while you're there, you can look at our Power Morphicon 2018 guide. So it's this little handy guide to everything you need to know about the upcoming Power Morphicon event starting next month, including guests, exclusive items, and more. So be sure to check it out while you're there. All right. Let's move on. High Dive. If you guys are familiar with High Dive, it's a streaming service. It's offering subscribers, I almost said subscriptors, the latest simulcasts imported directly from Japan every season, as well as an ever-growing collection of dubs and exclusives. So premiering on July 18th, which this has already happened, I'm just kind of reading from the article, the US and Canadian subscribers Garo Red Requiem, that was almost really bad, follows Koga, the bearer of the Gold Wolf armor, as he embarks on a dangerous mission with 3 Makai priests to a city plagued by followers of a horror known as Karma. Karma's malice is beyond what any of our heroes have ever seen, and they must work together to destroy her and her cursed army. So this is now available for all subscribers on the platform. How exactly did I get here, Ryu? What was that, Melanie? Sorry.
You said it was High Dive? Is that like a paid subscription thing?
Yeah, it's kind of like Crunchyroll, except it's like a little, how do I explain it? It's kind of like, do you know what Draft House Films is?
No idea.
It's kind of like a really specific niche group that it has, and like Garo is one of the things that they offered on there, and they saw their numbers grow overnight. So yeah, High Dive's one of those sort of like fun little niche that you'll find something new, like you find a movie or TV show, and Garo is on there now, as well as on Blu-ray releases. But yeah, Keita Amamiya. What a man. Yeah.
He sure designs things.
He does. He has a really good flair for it, I want to say. Yeah, Kiara, lots of boobs again. Yes, that is also a thing. If you haven't watched Garo and you like the female and male form, there's a lot of examples throughout the show. Have you seen it, Malinus?
I have not, other than a clip of, I think I brought this up before, two guys kind of fighting on the side of a building.
Yeah, that's a good one. We actually, on my Discord, we started kind of like watching it a little bit together. Hey, what's up?
Hey!
Welcome to the show. Yeah, I leave it open for anybody to jump in, so hey, everybody say hi to Destiny Amber.
Hi, guys! Don't mind me.
Yeah. You've seen Garo, right?
Yes, I love Garo.
What do you think of High Dive offering it as part of their subscription service?
I am 100% okay with that because there's not a lot of people stateside that know much about Garo, and it's one of those tokusatsu that if you're into like really, really adult themes, this is where you gotta go. You gotta watch Garo.
It's like if you've ever met a kaiju fan, and they call what they watch tokusatsu as well, even though I kind of feel like Sentai and Rider and Ultraman are on this far spectrum, and Godzilla and kaiju, like Gamera and such, are at the other end of the spectrum. Garo kind of makes like a third point where I've met people who love Garo, but they hate Sentai. They don't like Godzilla. Uh-huh. And then, kind of vice versa, but I love Garo. I'm watching just a little bit of it now.
It's so good.
It is. It really is. Hey, let's move on. Speaking of one of those odd spectrums, Space Sheriff Scheider. Did I say that right? Scheider.
Yes.
Blu-ray set was announced. So this set is being released to commemorate the 35th anniversary of the third Metal Hero series. The series will be released over the course of 3 Blu-ray box sets, which is, per usual for Japan. The first of which will be released on November 2nd. So Space Sheriff Scheider was the third Metal Hero series and featured a blue and silver-clad hero who, along with his partner Annie, fought against the evil Fuma Empire and their leader, Emperor Kublai. I think I said that right, yeah.
Yeah, you got that.
Heck yeah, today's one of those days, The Blu-ray box one will be released again on November 2nd and contain the first 16 episodes of the series. Initial bonuses include a limited edition storage box for all 3 releases, as well as a booklet for a 35th Year Alumni Association, Scheider of My Youth. That's the title of it. That's not just me rambling. Special feature featuring most of the original cast. The feature will star most of the original cast, including Priest Po, played by Jun Yoshida, Annie, who was played by Naomi Morinaga, and Gal 1, 2, 4, and 5, members of the Evil Girls Army. Yeah. So yeah, Metal Hero.
I don't really see much about Metal Heroes, but it's kind of cool that it's something besides Gavin.
Yeah, because I know Gavin, and
I
then
agree.
What was the follow-up season after Gavin?
Charivan?
Yeah, I think that sounds right, yeah.
Yep.
Because those two already had Blu-ray releases, and I was not expecting the second season to ever get one. So the fact that they keep going means that somebody out there is still buying these. Somebody out there is still intently wanting to produce it, which is great, because that means that, if you ever want to go back, you have such a good copy of it. You have such a good sort of almost future-proofed version of it right now.
I agree. I feel like the Metal Hero genre is another one of those genres that doesn't get like the appreciation that it deserves either. Because there's a lot of like fighting scenes and stunts that are done in the Metal Hero genres that you can see how like Rider and other tokusatsu shows going on now have taken from it and taken the inspiration from it. It's really great.
It kind of falls like in between Garo and like Sentai.
Yeah, right in between.
Tom in the comments, Squall's on point with his pronunciations today. Thank you. Sorry, what were you going to say, Malnus?
I'd always heard people describe Metal Heroes as the thing that Kamen Rider kind of became.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it's the show that was there in between, Showa and Heisei. So I feel like Heisei really does pull from Metal Heroes.
Mm-hmm. They kind of complement one another.
I mean, you also see things like the one that got adapted into Beetleborgs. That is just Kamen Rider.
Yes, that's true. Well, let's move on. Speaking of another silver-cladded hero, look at that segue. June Ikeda revealed that he is married his longtime girlfriend sometime in 2016. Like, holy crap. Said girlfriend had a 10-year-old daughter from previous relationship, and after talking it over, they decided to become a family. He explained that he held off on announcing this so that his new daughter could have a carefree life during their time as a new family. He's also added that they're having another child now. Like, this is huge. Like, usually people know about this kind of stuff. Like, it's, it bubbles to the surface sometimes, especially like, you guys may obviously know him from Gokaiger, but he's done a lot of other roles. Like, he was Guy Ikari, Silver Ranger from Kaizo Sentai Gokaiger, but he's also been in Garo, the one who shines in the darkness, as Zen, the Flame Sword Knight, and he also recently has been voicing Joe Kido in the Digimon Adventure Tri series. Like, he hasn't, like, kind of like some of the stars, in Sentai can kind of fade away and, like, kind of go back to, like, whatever else they want to do. Like, he's still been prominently in the spotlight. So
Yeah, they that was definitely really shocking when that came out. Of course, that's great. He's got a nice family, he's got a kid on the way that's actually his, but it's like, wow, I was not expecting that with him. He's younger than me.
Really?
He's a young guy. Yeah.
Oh man, how old? Like, no, I'm not gonna go into that.
No, I don't reveal my age.
But no, like, if he's anything like any of the characters that he's played, like, he's gonna be an awesome dad. Like, he probably already is an awesome dad. Like, but I kind of feel for some of the fans too. Like, oh.
I know. I was like, okay, admittedly, I was a little sad because I love him and I'm like such a huge fan of him. But I'm like, you know what? He's going to be an awesome dad. Like, that would be the coolest dad to have,
Exactly.
It's like, it's good news to hear after some of the other lesser good celebrity stories for Toku.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's not a sad one. It's not one that'll get you up in arms. Yeah, I'm proud of him. Yeah, he's doing it. And the fact that he even, like, has these, like, sometimes, like, they do settle down, and then that's kind of it for their career. But, like, the fact that he's been apparently married her back, like, 2 years ago, and he's still doing stuff, today. Like,
yeah,
that shows a lot. And also, like, how supportive she is, too, of his career. Like, sometimes, they have to make that decision and kind of move on from there. So, yeah. Well, congrats, Junya. Let's move on. Everybody's favorite, it's probably just my favorite moment of the show. It's Who's That Shukuman? This one's going to be really hard. I apologize in advance if nobody gets it. It's okay. It's an older thing. Hey, George, what's up? Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
Your mic's a little low. It's a little hard to hear you. Is there any...
All right, how about this?
It's a little bit better. I'm going to turn you up manually a little bit, so just don't unexpectedly get louder on me. So, like I was saying, this is going to be a really hard one for people to guess. And don't get mad at yourself if you don't know it. It's a really old Tokusatsu character. And we'll just go from there, all right? All right, here's the outline. Let's take a couple questions. You guys want to answer some stuff?
sure.
Okay. Wait till you see it if you haven't already looked at the slides. Oh, man. I just saw it pop up. So here's a good one. I think it would be like a good topic, maybe even for like a whole podcast episode. This one's from Anonymous. Like, you guys can totally leave your names if you want to be a little shout out on the show. But what are the strengths and weaknesses of Toku series like Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, Godzilla, Metal Hero, and Ultraman in general? Like, what do you guys think are the strengths? What do you think are the weaknesses? That maybe, like, Sentai is a weakness here, but Kamen Rider has a strength there.
Oh, that's so tough, because each of the shows have their own. It's so hard to pinpoint exactly what.
I think, in general, both series, Sentai and Rider, have the benefit of shaking things up drastically between each show.
Yes, very true, very true.
Everyone has a favorite.
Yeah.
For me, I think, the Tokusatsu element, like their specific brand of sci-fi is their strength because it forces them to be creative.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the weakness is that weekly schedule, which forces you to, like, not be able to adjust writing very well.
Exactly. Yeah. I definitely feel that way too.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I remember with when I was reading up about Gaim, Udobuchi mentioned that he had difficulty kind of like being told you have to work in this episode and then in this episode.
Hmm. We were I was actually had dinner last night with a guy that works like in the industry, and he was kind of talking about like lore and sort of with these types of shows where it kind of trickles down from like your main producer, the guy that's paying your bills, and he's just like, boys, today this year we're gonna write about trains, have fun, you know. And then the next person's like, okay, trains and imagination, trains, and they're also, you know, younger kids, you know. Yeah, you know, like they just keep adding more stuff until it finally gets to the guy that has to write the episode, and he's just like, what do I do with this?
That actually explains how rumors work usually.
Yeah.
Where it seems like they get some things right, but they get some things really wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There are times where that changes, like just a little bit. Like I know with Gaim, the producer pretty much let the writer do whatever he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And that's mostly just because, you know, he's this really big name in the world of anime.
And I think like the state of things too, like a lot of it's moving to smaller productions. It's when you see those credits go by, a lot of times it's not that many names because it's mostly just people that are like, you know, putting up the lights or doing the camera. But like behind the scenes, it's like, this is the guy that directed like 80% of the episodes. You know, this is the guy who wrote, you know, like 90% of the episodes. You know, which is kind of like a testament to the season 2, and a lot of people like blame a season that they don't like, you know, maybe on that one person. But I don't know, exactly, yeah. And it's like it's becoming smaller, which is nicer in a collaborative setting, because a lot of times if like the 4 of us came up with a really good idea and then we went to pitch it to Tom, and then he kind of like, you know, chipped it away for what it was, even though we felt really good about it, you know, and like it goes to the next person, you know, and it just kind of keeps turning into something else by the end of it. If we could keep it like within like that group, I think it's a lot more pure that way too. But I don't know. I love watching Sentai. You guys know me, but I feel like realistically, I would never be on a Sentai team. I would definitely be a Kamen Rider. I don't think I can work with teams.
I think I missed that part of the question.
Oh yeah, it was just like, what are the strengths and weaknesses? So like, I love watching Sentai because I love the team aspect. I don't know, I'm just trying to reflect it on myself, I guess. I'm sorry.
I like when Sentai actually uses the teamwork aspect.
This is true. No, we're going to do a Q roulette. And you 4 plus me. Let's go. Yeah, sorry, George.
I don't think I'd want to be a Kamen Rider, though, just because, you know, they tend to die.
Your girlfriend would die. Your parents would die. You would die.
I think the obvious solution is just be a support character who's kind of a gag character.
Like a Den-O comedy relief. There you go. It's the safest bet.
It's never going to be in any real danger.
I mean, you might have like a focus episode where you're like kidnapped by a monster, but you'll be fine. You know, it's cool. It's good.
I know how it goes.
Now, I think, Melanis, we've answered this question before, but I don't think we've heard from the other 2 here. But this is from Legend of Tommy. How did you start getting into Tokusatsu?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
If that's not a loaded question.
Yeah, there's a lot. But Gokaiger, for the short answer, Gokaiger. And Junya in particular, because I loved him as Guy Ikari. So I was like, oh man, let me go see what else he's in. Let me go see what other things are like it. And I was like, oh crap, here's the addiction.
So how did you get in like Kamen Rider Metal here? Is it just kind of like expanding from Gokaiger then?
That's really what it started with, because I saw like Superhero Time. I saw O's like in Superhero Time in the early parts of Gokaiger, and I was like, oh, this looks fun. You know, he's got like underpants on a stick. That looks fun.
Yeah, I'll go with this one.
I'll go with this one. It looks fun. And then he's like half naked in one scene. So I was like, oh, okay. I think I'm going to continue this. And it went from there. George?
I've been into Tokusatsu since like 2005, but I've known about it since Go-Go 5 was on the air. I was like a little kid looking up, you know, what's the next Power Rangers series going to be about on the internet? And I got this description for Go-Go 5, and then Lightspeed Rescue airs, and it's nothing like that, so I just wrote it off. Then like later on, I like saw this TV schedule with little thumbnails for these shows in Japan, and I saw one that looked like Power Rangers. I'm like, that's got to be a thing. I'll remember that for next year.
Mhm.
And that turned out to be Ninja Storm. So
Oh.
that's when I started like looking into the stuff. And then 2005, when downloads became a lot easier to grab, I just started grabbing whatever I could because I love this stuff.
That I like when the way that you said that, it reminded me of something that when I was in fourth grade. This might date me. Ninja Storm. Wow. Yeah, it was fourth grade. Ninja Storm was coming out, and I saw like a magazine or something because I bought like this anime magazine that had like a bunch of Dragon Ball Z stuff because that was the huge talk of the town. And it had some pictures of Sentai in it, and it had the Hurricaners. It had like all 6 of them, and I remember telling everybody like, "Oh, the Green Ranger looks so cool," and everybody's like, "Bro, there's no Green Ranger." And then like like the 2 other ones came in, and like everybody just like pooed on me for like 2 months, 3 months until finally Cam became the Green Ranger, and I was like, ha! But oh wow, yeah. So I think George has his beat.
Yeah.
Let's see. Another good one. It's just hard because I wish I could like pin some of these because I'm like reading through and then I'll read another good one and I'm like, oh yeah. Here's an interesting one. We'll see how this plays. What is a Toku unpopular opinion you have? I think I can start off with this one. No, actually, I'm not. Hold on, let me think about it.
All right.
So anything that you think is an unpopular opinion
Um,
when it comes to Toku.
I really don't like Gokaiger, and I'm not big on Shinkenger.
Oh, I was
Whoa.
pointing and then I took the point back.
Dang, bro.
Did you finish Shikanger?
Yeah, I've finished both of them. I'm not. With Shinkenger, I thought the story kind of hit a brick wall for like 30 episodes. And then Gokaiger just. I
Was a
like the
brick wall
characters.
for 50 episodes.
That too. But it's more understandable with Gokaiger because the writer himself said that after the tsunami in 2011,
Mhm.
they pretty much had to change course like that, like at the snap of a finger,
Yep.
to make it a more optimistic show. So originally they were only going to bring back like 4 actors, but then all these Sentai people wanted to come back to like cheer up kids and stuff, so that became the focus.
Mhm.
So I can't like be too mad at it, but like I never got into it.
Yeah, like everybody says it's the greatest, it's the best season. I'm like, well, no, it kind of was flawed from the beginning because of those events too. Do you know what I mean? Like it was hindered.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
Yeah, I can agree to that. Gokaiger definitely isn't perfect. I'm more offended that you said Shinkenger.
Yeah, me too.
Perfect. That
Like
was
the
a
scene
really
when
good
Takaru
season.
like bows to them. Oh, I cried.
Beautiful.
First time I cried.
know.
Okay, I'll
Oh,
add
no.
that I like Shinkenger when its story is actually going.
Okay, so you like
Just,
12
20
episodes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh man. Oh sorry, anybody else got one?
I was trying to think of one for Sentai. I guess the only one for Sentai was I enjoyed Ninja all the way through.
Whoa.
Interesting. Ooh, I'm learning a lot about you guys today.
I need to go take a walk.
Ninja, okay.
For Rider, I guess I also really, really enjoy Hibiki.
Yeah.
And I also think the ending to Kuga is overrated.
No.
Mic drop.
I don't have an unpopular opinion. I can't really think of anything. Maybe maybe I didn't think the ending of Fives was that horrible as everybody always says. Like I actually kind of enjoyed the ending of Fives. If anything, I hated that twist of like what Takumi actually is. I hated that. But everything else was fine.
I think I'm going to piggyback on your answer and just say that Kamen Rider has never had a good ending, ever.
Blade.
Ooh.
I've never been fully satisfied by the ending of any Kamen Rider. I think the closest I got was Double, and then they immediately ruined it with another episode.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can
Like,
agree with that.
I don't care about Fruit Jesus. I don't care about Drive's 5 episode denouement with Heart. I don't care about that. Like, he wasn't the main villain. There's just every season I've seen, so I'm kind of scared for as much as I like Build, because people tell me Ex-Aid's ending is kind of every Kamen Rider ending is kind of so that's why I'm a little afraid for how Build is going to go, and I'm kind of pump the brakes a little bit on it. I'm going to wait till I have a lot more episodes to catch up to kind of revigorate myself to, you know, get to the ending instead of taking it 1 week at a time like I have been. But yeah. Shame's saying Wizard. Oh yeah, Wizard does kind of have a good ending, but I haven't seen it technically, so I can't say. Never mind. Let's move on. Oh, sorry. Anything else?
I was gonna say I can't even remember much about the ending of Wizard, so I can't even comment.
Wizard was really good. That's my unpopular opinion. Screw
Yeah,
everybody that
there
doesn't
you
like
go.
Wizard.
So
that was good.
I'm doing a stream that I started last night where I'm basically watching all of Ex-Aid now over on Twitch. And I'm going to continue that after this show. We'll get into that later. But basically, as I'm watching Ex-Aid, I'm like, man, I really wish I was watching Wizard instead. And Master Rider Blue, he asked, how's Ex-Aid so far in correlation to that? And I'm only 22 episodes in. I'm like 6 or 7 new episodes that I haven't seen so far into it. And I'm like, it's really gimmicky. It's really transparent for the toy sales, I feel. Like, it's enjoyable. I'm still, like, watching it. I'm not, like, falling asleep or, like, actively trying to do something different while watching it. But, yeah. Okay, I got one more for us. There's a lot of questions about dragons and Ryus, and I'm just going to... Sorry, guys. I'm going to skip over some of those because we'll be here for an hour. Where is it? Here we go. Crimson Thunder, favorite Godzilla incarnation.
I don't really watch much Godzilla, so this one's all yours.
It's like picking my favorite child. This is hard.
I'm going to say the first one, because it scared me the most as a kid, was the 1998 Brendan Fraser Godzilla. I was terrified of that as a kid. Hindsight, yeah, it's terrible. It's still, like, it's weirdly an enjoyable movie. Like, I always get flack for liking Spider-Man 3 the best out of the Raimi series. But, like, hear me out. So Spider-Man 3 is the most comic book movie out of the 3 of them because there's random stuff constantly happening. Nobody knows what's going on. There's too many characters to fit in this one issue. That's Spider-Man 3. That's a comic book. I love the chaoticness, and it's so entertaining. It's got its highs and it's got its lows all within 2 hours. And that dance scene cracks me up every time. He's just pointing at the girls.
Well, question.
Yes.
Did you mean Brendan Fraser when you said Brendan Fraser?
What did I say?
The Brendan Fraser Godzilla.
What? Yeah.
He was not in Godzilla.
He wasn't? Who was in that?
Matthew Broderick.
They're the same people to me. They're the exact same people. Yes, Matthew Broderick. Thank you for the catch. Unpopular opinion, I didn't like the new Godzilla movie, the 2014 one.
American one?
Took me 4 times to watch it. I kept falling asleep. And it was like during the morning. I would watch it in the morning when I woke up, and I would still fall asleep. Sorry.
I wasn't a huge fan of that one either. It was pretty boring.
They killed the best character. Like, immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And then Power Rangers was like, all right, we're gonna keep you for a while. Wow.
I loved Shin Godzilla just because that's the first one in a long time to like actually kind of scare me a bit. But as far as like favorites go, I love the early 90s Godzilla just because there's a bit of a continuity in some of the movies, and like the story arc basically ends with a movie that has Godzilla melting down like throughout the entire movie, and it's really fun to watch.
Ooh, awesome. I'm going to hopefully sit down and watch all the Godzilla movies in a row. Maybe not like in a row, but like consecutively in order, because I've seen a few of them here and there, but I've never actually watched the entirety of it. And looking at the new trailer that was released, I kind of wanna, you know.
Oh yeah.
So let's move back into it. So speaking of Godzilla, I was surprised a lot of you guys got this. It is Gojira. No, that was an easy one. You guys, that was a low blow. You guys are welcome. Alright, Godzilla King of Monsters, the upcoming sequel to the 2014's Godzilla, follows the story of an Earth that has only first learned of Godzilla's existence. So Entertainment Weekly recently published an exclusive first look at the sequel, including 2 exclusive images. Pictured here is one. On the site you can see the other one. But basically, according to the director of the new film, Michael Daughtry, the citizens of the world did not take the news of Godzilla's existence well despite not seeing him since the events of the 2014 movie. When asked if he could expand on the description atomic breath, as seen here, for the special attack featured in the above image, Daughtry replied, not without giving away too much, but it takes place at a very key moment and it's sort of a call to arms. When asked if Godzilla King of Monsters sets up the story for Godzilla vs. Kong, which is set to release in 2020, Daughtry said, it's not like we're bending over backwards to include or introduce Kong, but there's definitely some breadcrumbs. Godzilla King of Monsters is set to release on May 31st, 2019. So, this isn't our only news. We just had a trailer that was released today from Comic-Con. You guys have probably seen that. It's going around like mad fire. But
it's so good. Oh my god.
Mothra is my favorite Godzilla monster. So just like
like when it expands out of the dust or like the smoke,
Yes.
it's super neat. Like all of them, like just kind of like poking it. That's kind of why I want to watch them all again. It's just kind of like look at that trailer and like really pick it apart without somebody helping me.
I'm hoping this one captures the mood that I thought the original Godzilla from 2014 was going to go for.
Mm-hmm. If anything, it'll be like the original Gojira versus Godzilla Raids Again, and how it just kind of ramped into this like series of crazier and crazier films. But those two things aren't our only news on our boy Godzilla. Up next, the SH Monster Arts 1962 Gojira was announced. So this figure depicts Godzilla as he appeared in the 1962 classic King Kong vs. Godzilla. The figure comes with a ray effect part and an exclusive display stand set. It's available for pre-order right now for 9,936 Japanese yen and is expected to ship in December. Oof. Do you guys have any monster arts?
But I want some, but they're all expensive.
I know, they're so pricey, but they're beautiful.
Looks like he's eating an ice pick. like a one of those like an icicle.
Just nom nom nom.
Like one of those little freezy ices. Anyway.
If I had the means,
Writing about monster arts is really teaching me how many different variations there are of Godzilla.
Is it true?
There's so many. There are too many.
There's
Too many. Never enough. Are you kidding me?
To the point, this one is just called Godzilla 1962.
people are like, oh yeah, you know, 1960. Yep, He's got the thing on his. Yep, Continue.
He's got the goofy face.
Yeah, he's the one that eats the icicles. Yeah, of course, 1962 Godzilla. How can you can't ever confuse that with anything else. Anyway, let's move on. Our last piece for the day. For the week, Premium Bandai has recently just announced the next installments in their Ultra Replica series, the Evil Thruster and the Blast Shot from Ultraman Nexus. So the Evil Thruster is the transformation device that allows the various Nexus hosts, Denomists, to transform into Denomists. That sounds cooler. Damn it. To transform into Ultraman Nexus and is used to fight against the Space Beasts and the Dark Giants. However, other abilities include Shield, Astral Projection, Metafield, and Presence Detection. The Blast Shot is a weapon that pairs with the Evil Thruster, both wielded by the Denomists. Is that right? I already forgot. That's how bad my memory is. The Blast Shot has two modes, Air Burst Mode and Gun Mode. So yeah, it's set to go for about 10,800 Japanese yen with tax included. And is expected to ship as well in December. Pre-orders are open until September 10th, so if you want one of these, I would try to get one sooner than later, because a lot of sometimes the pre-orders go out, and you're kind of stuck having to pay more for one of these. And this looks, these fetch a pretty good price. They're really cool. They're really accurate. Just kind of like the Sentai Artisan Transformers. It's kind of like that for Ultraman.
I've kind of always wanted this one specifically just because Nexus was my first Ultraman show, and that's a show that took itself more seriously and was darker, so it didn't really focus on the toys, so it just seemed like this mysterious object in the show, and I've always wanted to just play with it and actually see what it has to it. Let's
start up a GoFundMe. Get George the ultra replica evil thruster and blast shot. But that's our show for the week. Do you guys have any thoughts? I know some of you guys came in a little bit late. We were talking about Street Fighter. Oh, what else all did we talk about? Wow, my memory is getting really bad, you guys. This isn't good. I'm gonna have to be checked into a home. What was that?
It's all that Ex-Aid.
It is all that Ex-Aid. It's burning my brain out. I'm becoming... I don't know the word. But, yeah. I don't know. I think the fun one to take away is obviously June, about his sort of secret marriage.
I know, so scandalous, but exciting at the same time.
Yeah, I'm
Positive
happy for
scandal.
them. Yeah. That sounds like a good band name. Dibs. Positive Scandal. But yeah, that's pretty much our whole show. Thank you guys as always for watching. I saw we had like up to like 60 people in here at one time. Like, oh my gosh. I'm not saying this. I don't just say this, but like every week we grow. Every week we have better questions and comments and like the chat going on. Like this is like becoming the place to be every Saturday. So I thank you guys for being here. As always, you can go visit our website at tokusatsunetwork.com for more information, photos, and videos on these stories and more that I may have missed. So, yeah. We should, I think every time I do one of these shows, I always mention the Discord down below. So there's a link down below that if you go to the Discord, that is our TokuNet community Discord. It's got plenty of channels. If you want to talk about Garo, there's one for Garo. If you guys want to talk about cosplay, there's one for cosplay. And all of us are there. So you can get a hold of us pretty easily. We tune in, we, chat it up with everybody. So it's kind of like the place to be if you want to be in for Tokusatsu. And of course, it's paired with the TokuNet. So as soon as that breaking news comes in, boom, right there. It's your one-stop shop. Yeah, do you guys have anything else you want to say?
No, I think you said it all.
If you guys really like what we're doing on Shuukan and all the other stuff we do for TokuNet, feel free to check out our Patreon.
Yeah.
For as little as like $1 a month, which is less than a cup of coffee. You can support us and help us keep the site growing and interviewing awesome guests and all the fun stuff that we do. So check it out. It's patreon.com/TheTokuNet.
Speaking of guests, Power Morphicon. We are going to interview those guys so hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be so cool. I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to put the videos up. If you guys have any... Are we opening questions yet? Or are we just kind of keeping
We're
it?
working on them. Yeah, if people have ideas for questions to ask the Japanese guests that are going to Power Morphicon, we would love to hear them. Feel free to go into our Discord and drop some questions for us. Because
Definitely.
I'm sure they would love to answer them.
And you guys come up with some pretty good stuff, so we would definitely be behooving unto you to giving us that question that makes their day. But yeah, that's pretty much our show. Oops, looks like I have something going on over there. Anyway, that's our show for the week. We will see you guys next Saturday. Next Saturday will be my last show for a little bit. I have some stuff coming up that I can't wait to share with you guys, so it's going to be cool. I will see you next Saturday, and then after that, I will see you guys at Power Morphicon. So if you guys are there, feel free to come up and say hi to us. We're going to be running around. I think, Nicole, you're going to be there too?
Yes, I'll be there. I know
Awesome.
you'll be there. I think that might be it for us, but that's okay.
That's cool. We'll
Lucky people.
well, we wear very illuminative like badges that it's kind of like for young underage kids too, in case they get lost. But they give us the same ones. So we'll see you
We are
guys.
those.
Yeah, we kind of get lumped in, like they're trying to find our parents, and we're like, no, we're trying to interview, okay.
Be
Anyway,
professional.
we will see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for hanging out.